2016. Okay. तो पहले हम लोग नैनो सर्वर का कॉन्सेप्ट समझते हैं. We'll understand first what is nano server. Then we will jump into the configurations. Okay.
अच्छा, तो इसमें नैनो सर्वर में इट्स नॉट अवेलेबल इन 2008 एंड 12, इट्स ओनली अवेलेबल इन
2016.
16.
Even 2019 also not available.
Why this reason? Any reason?
This is Microsoft actually introduced 2016, and later on this feature was disabled. Okay.
Okay, okay.
As it is installed, so I'll just elaborate it, what is it and what is the purpose of it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's understand the concept. Basically, in previous version, Windows Server 2008, 2008 R2, 2012, 2002, when deploying the operating system, you had to choose which version and which mode. The options include Windows Server with the graphical user interface or server code. Server code was minimal, minimalist and version of Windows Server that only allowed you to very small subset. That means whenever we have learned this Windows 2008, 2012 R2, so we have a server code, we have a GUI, right? So basically, Nano Server, there is no concept called GUI, no concept called shell. It's a very headless server, and configuration is very lower, where you can host it any cloud-based applications. The purpose of it, you can host it many cloud-based applications like Nano server instances cannot function as an Active Directory domain controller. In particular, it does not support the following: group policy, networking, proxy server, system center configuration manager, and system center data protection manager. Okay. So basically, it is actually a headless server, as I told. So headless server, it can host IIS, it can host some cloud-based application, this only. Now, if you discuss about the Nano server, Windows Server 2016 introduced a version that was even smaller than server core. So basically, every operating system, you are aware that 2080 also there is a server code, 2012 also a server code, and 2016 also a server code. Basically, server code, it's also a GUI less server, but Nano server, it's more become than small. So that is why it's telling Windows Server 2016 introduced a version that was even smaller than server code. This new version is called Nano Server, a headless 64-bit only. Deployment option: Nano Server was created to serve as either on Cloud Fabric and infrastructure host Hyper-V, Windows failover clustering. Okay, that means only cloud-based applications you can host, which is a very lower in count of configuration. The cloud application will running on that particular server.
What is headless means?
Headless means GUI. There is no GUI. There is no server. No, what to say? Server head options. So actually, headless means, I'm trying to say, it's a very nominal configuration. Got my point? It's very nominal configuration, but it's a server.
So it is means it is totally not GUI. It is command based, something like this.
Even server code also command based, but its configuration, it's totally lesser than PowerShells. I mean, lesser than the server code.
Okay.
So that is why it's called headless. Networking, storage, or as a deployment option born in the cloud applications such as ASP.NET version 5 platform as a service PaaS application. This key feature is a Nano server is the fact that is truly headless. For example, you cannot remote desktop into a Nano server. All operation must be done remotely. We'll take the PS session and then we will manipulate the servers. We'll not able to RDP the server. We'll take the PS session. When deploying Nano server, only the required package for that instances are included. No unnecessary packages are included which reduce the attack surface. That means it's also a very, very highly secure environment where that's any kind of risk for the attack surface is also helpful from there. As it was telling, No unnecessary package are installed which reduce the attack surface, the footprint of the base image. Taking this approach not only speed up by deployment times, it also reduces the ongoing administrative effort when trying to manage Nano Server.
Okay.
So Nano Server is a stripped down version of Windows Server developed by Microsoft specifically for running cloud applications and containers. Clear? Container means Docker. By removing the graphic user interface of the operating systems and features like 32-bit support, MSI and various default server core components, Windows Nano Server can deliver greater speed, stability and security, as well as dramatically reduce the resource consumption. That leads of real world benefits such as 93% lower VHD size, VHD means virtual hard disk, 92% of fewer critical bulletins and 80% fewer reboots in testing compared to the full Windows Server operating systems. With Nano Server, there is no local logon or remote desktop. Instant management of the OS performed by remotely via WMI or PowerShell CMDLets. Clear? Understand?
Yes. Yes.
Now, if you think you are there, you have to hosted certain services like group policy, network interface or card teaming, virtual host burst adapter, proxy server, access. It will not. Nano Server instance cannot function as an Active Directory domain controller. In particular, it does not support the following features. It's not support group policy. It's not support network interface card teaming, virtual host bus adapter, proxy server access, internet, system center configuration manager and system center data protection.
Okay.
Now Nano Server versus server core. So server core, as you told, the server core also a GUI. Nano Server also GUI and lesser than server core. Then what is exactly the difference? It can come easily comes questions. What is the new feature into 2016? You can solve is the Nano Server. Then they will ask you what is Nano Server? Then you say it's a very less configuration headless server, and even it is lesser configuration than the server core. Now what is the difference? While Nano Server shares similarities with the server core options introduced in Windows Server 2012, Nano Server is even linear than server core, 20 times smaller than server core, and is optimized for use of the modern cloud. Microsoft sees two distinct scenarios where Nano Server would be an ideal fit. Born in the cloud application running on physical server, in virtual machines VMs or in container. For Microsoft Cloud Platform infrastructure with compute cluster running Hyper-V and storage, clustering running scales of out file servers, Nano Server was the first made available in previous part of Windows Server 2016. Technical preview of 2 release following initial development under the code name Chua. Nano Server will officially debut in conjunction with Windows Server 2016 and second half of 2016. Clear? And finally, this is the approach. Approach means what?
Okay.
Previously, there was a fully server installation and there is a server core. Next, what is developed? Server code shell, server graphical shell, minimum server interface and server code. Right now, in 2016, server with desktop experience, server core and Nano Server. Clear?
Yes, Siddharth.
This is the development and theoretical part. So now it's theoretically understood what is Nano Server.
Yes.
Again, I'm telling you that part, then I will jump into the practical. So basically, in previous version Windows 2008, 2002, when deploying the operating system, you had to choose which version of which mode. The option include Windows Server with graphical user interface, server code minimal version of Windows Server that only allowed a very small subset of operations and completed. To aid the configuration was sconfig, which is minimal interface that simplified many operating used with via a remote desktop or server code through the console. Also available through server core was command prompt, notepad, Windows installer, registry editor, system information and task manager. All the other needed to provide remote through server manager. MNC snap-in, remote PowerShell, these are minimal footprint of server core, provide any other the benefit. So here, even if you go to Nano Server interview question, you will get more options for this. What is Nano Server? So Nano Server is a remotely administered server operating system optimized for private cloud and data centers. It's similar to Windows Server in server core mode, but significantly smaller, has no local logon capability, and only supports 64-bit application. This is the perfect definition of Nano Server. Clear? Now, what are the advantages?
So Siddharth, one question: these nano servers is really used in organization level or not?
Yeah, definitely. Those who are installing the container, Docker, this is cloud-based application. So in that case,
Docker is I think application, right?
that is a cloud-based application, na? But you need to install Docker on Windows Server. So then we need a Nano Server where you have to install the Docker. So this is one cloud-based application. That is actually Nano Server is a remotely administered server operating system optimized for private cloud and data center. Next, what is the advantage? 6 benefits of Nano Server will bring to Hyper-V: improved security, lowered cost, faster boot times, fewer reboot required, easier remote management, and small server image. Clear? How to access? Start elevated PowerShell ISE, then you can running the following command: PS session, and then you will act. Nano Server can be used. Server can also be used as a host server for cloud-based application and VMs, and server running Internet Information Service or some other Windows supported web server for a domain name system server or like that. Even you can host DNS over there as well. What happened Nano Server? Through limited, it was capable to being installed onto physical of the virtual servers. So many things are there. So basic intention, you understand what is Nano Server, right? Clear?
Yes, got it.
Let's go to my VM and create the server. So the base server I will take, which is Windows 2012, and here I will to install the Hyper-V features. After I install the Hyper-V features, I will configure the Nano Server over there. Clear? Okay.
So it work with Hyper-V.
Yes.
Right?
It's work with Hyper-V.
So here we learn about the Hyper-V as well, right? Okay.
So here we will learn as a Hyper-V as well. Minimal will take 6 core and minimal will take 8 GB. So here you can see 2016 core also there. Okay. So I'll go with now standard.
Standard core.
Standard these options.
So that what is the difference between standard core and normal standard?
See, core is always on without GUI. Got my point? Core is
Okay.
always on without GUI.
वैक्सीनेशन हो गया ना सिद्धार्थ आपका?
वो
मेरा
वैक्सीनेशन होके भी कोई फायदा नहीं है.
मेरा भी हो गया भाई दोनों, बट देखो कितने केसेस बढ़ रहे हैं.
देखो जो वैक्सीनेशन हुआ है ना वो किसी एक जेनेटिकल स्ट्रक्चर के ऊपर हुआ है. अभी ये तो अभी कंटिन्यूसली इसका स्ट्रक्चर वो चेंज हो रहा है. उसका कोई वायरस इसका कोई तुमको वैक्सीन नहीं. कितना वैक्सीन निकलेगा बोलो. अभी हमने पहले जो ये था सार्स कोविड था तो अभी उसका जेनेटिकल स्ट्रक्चर ओमिक्रॉन में आ गया.
सही बात है. जनवरी को मेरी रिपोर्टिंग थी ऑफिस में.
8 जनवरी
3 जैन को मुझे रिपोर्ट करना था.
हाँ तो क्या हुआ?
कैंसिल हो गया, वो पोस्टपोन हो गया.
अबे ऑनलाइन में तो काम चल रहा है ना.
काम तो वर्क फ्रॉम होम चल ही रहा है.
उसका दूसरा नंबर है। मैं सिद्धार्थ बोल रहा हूँ। हाँ एक्चुअली हाँ मेरा तबीयत खराब है, डाउन है, मतलब बहुत फीवर है। आप एक बार औरुप कदा को फ़ोन करो। औरुप दा को। हाँ हाँ हाँ, दे रहा हूँ। एक सेकंड। हाँ दे रहा हूँ, एक सेकंड। हाँ आपको दे दिया मैं व्हाट्सएप में, देखिए। अच्छा ठीक है, okay, so the server is installed successfully. Now what I need to do, normally I have to put the server connected, because now what I need to do is installing the Hyper-V rules over there. Okay, Hyper-V is basically like by VMware. Hyper-V also virtualized tools. Okay, like
Sir, I want to go with more deep with Hyper-V. Means actual क्या इसका काम है, क्या चीजें ये
yes,
करता है.
I will cover it, Hyper-V. Don't worry, I will cover it. But before that, just wanted to know that's how Nano Server work. So for that only, I'm just installing the Hyper-V. Hyper-V is not but a Microsoft virtualization tool, like the VMware. This is a VMware tool, right?
Okay.
So here we are hosting servers. Like by Hyper-V also the same. It's a Microsoft rules. Under the servers, after rolling, we can create the virtual machines over there. Clear?
Okay.
Where we can create cluster, we can create switch all together. We'll cover, definitely we'll cover. So first I jump into the Nano Server, next we will directly go into the Hyper-V. Okay. So now what I need to do, I'll first go to the ncp.cpl. And then I will stop the firewall. Now what I need to do, I'll go to server manager. And then what I need to do, these are the mandatory, you have to disable or else it will not work. You have to disable, off, you have to off the enhanced security configuration. Clear? Perfect. Now next is what? you have to go PowerShell and install the Hyper-V role. So install -Windows feature, install -Windows feature.
So we are installing like this, or why go to the add roles on there?
Yeah, I'm using this on command prompt.
Okay.
Same things. If you can go add role features from there, you can install, or I can installing from here. It's telling install features prerequisite check for the Hyper-V features failed. Hyper-V install on process does not have required virtualization capability. Why am I taking? Okay, just a minute. Okay, so it is not installed properly until and unless you have to enable these features. Okay, what are the features you need to enable? Go to the property settings, processors, all those stuffs. Virtualize Intel VT, XRP, AMD, virtualize CPU performance counter, virtualize IMU, IO memory management unit. This all feature is required. Clear?
For installing Hyper-V, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So again, what I need to do, I'll open PowerShell in prompt admin mode. So it is a normal Windows command prompt in admin mode. If you put the command PowerShell, it will switch to PowerShell as well. Okay, clear? Now same things, install Windows features Hyper-V. Perfect. So now it's need a shutdown. Okay. Now if you go to Hyper-V options, where is the Hyper-V? The Hyper-V installed. Okay, just open Hyper-V. Where is Hyper-V? Oh my God. Just open. I have to log in with administrator. Strange. Hyper-V install. So after installing Hyper-V, it's not seeing there. Something may be a problem. So what I need to do, I will just uninstall the Hyper-V roles and then again install it.
So we need to reinstall it again?
Reinstall it again, yes.
Maybe you install from command prompt, that's why.
No, that doesn't mean. Okay, now this time I will install from GUI. Don't worry.
Okay.
go and install the Hyper-V. Okay, if this server will be part of cluster, if this server will be part of cluster, do not enable migration now. Instead of allow server to send receive migration, so it's not record cluster. Do not enable migration now. Instead select protocol you want to use for authenticate live migration. Create SSP. That's fair enough. Actually, in command prompt, I was forget to install the management tool. Okay.
Okay. What is that?
That is why the management tool not installed. That is why it's not coming.
What is the role of management tool?
Hyper-V management tools. Okay. And now let's see. After restart, let's see it is coming or not. Now you see Hyper-V manager are there. Clear? In this Hyper-V managers, this is the console where all the number of VMs will be there. Now if you want to communicate all this virtual in here, then you have to create one virtual switch manager. So I'm creating one internal switch. But maybe, for communication.
So Siddharth, one question I want to ask.
Yes.
My question is, if Microsoft is already providing the Hyper-V features, okay, so then what is the requirement of VMware?
Okay.
Because Hyper-V is also providing the virtualization features.
Yeah.
What is the requirement of VM then?
Because VMware, this is required because in terms of virtualization efficiency, VMware is very and topmost famous. Because in VMware, the organization, its work, large organization basis virtualization. But Hyper-V is not, recommended for large organization base.
Okay. Means at least with the help of the Hyper-V, how many VM can be created?
It's depend on the server capability, the host where you are going to. This is the host. In this particular host, what are the VM server host capability? Number of VMs can be created. You can create 4, 5, 6 VM depend on the server hardware capabilities. Clear?
Okay. Okay.
In this Hyper-V module, we will create you servers. We will make you communication. How those two server create. What are the storage profiles? How we can extend the disk. All will cover in this Hyper-V module. Okay, so the first practical is deploying Nano Server. Clear?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Now deploying the Nano servers, what you need to do, you need to mount your 2016 image, I mean ISO image, where you will get the Nano servers path. Okay, so for that only, what I need to do, you will just go to settings, options, enabled. So I need 2016 ISO image. Copy this to my server here, and also I need one additional D drive as well, because I will create the Nano server database over there. Okay.
Okay.
So now to install the Nano server image, you need to install the import module. When you have to import the module for all the command that we need to create. Okay. Very good. My disk is ready. Now I can go to this PC, and this is my E drive. Now if you go to mount this image, you will be mounted here. Now you can see the Nano server folders are there. Click on there, and Nano server image. Okay. Just copy this path only. Just copy this path. Then what I need to do, again go to PowerShell.
Sir, I missed this part. From where you get Nano server image?
That is I mounted the 2016 server here. From there, once I click
Okay.
on, it is mounted. Now I go to there.
So you are mounting now, right?
It's already mounted. It's already mounted. So I'm going to eject this. Yeah. Again click on it. Yeah. So here you'll see the Nano server folders. Just go to the Nano server folders and Nano server.
It is by default, right?
It is available on 2016 image.
Okay.
2016 image I've already imaged. It is ISO file actually.
Okay.
Inside the Nano servers, you have to go Nano server image. So this is actually the import module PowerShell command you have to enter, so that then only you can create the Nano server from the CMDB layers of the PowerShells. If you not this import this module, you will not be able to create the Nano servers. So you have to import wherever the command line near there, it will be imported. For that only what I need to do, again you need to go select PowerShell, and then you put import -module, and then put the path, verbose, all the CMDB layers has installed successfully. Clear? Now what I need to do, you have to create the image, Nano server image. Okay, so for that only you have to go new -nano. Clear? -edition, which edition you are going to create? Data center. So put data, then you have to put the media path. Where is the media path? On F. Clear? You can see that your media path.
Media path means location of the file, right?
Yes. F. And then you have to put base path, where you are creating Nano folder drive. Base path, where you are going to create E drive, I guess. E:nano. Okay, understood? Dev flow. Yeah, E drive. Inside the Nano folder, Nano will be created, and then I'll put -target path. Again this will be same, E:/nano SBR. Now what I'm going to do, my server name SBR .vhdx. VHDX is the virtual hard disk, extension called VHDX. Okay, now again I'll put deployment type, as it is I'm deploying on Hyper-V, so it will be on guest. Clear?
Okay.
It will be on guest. Then computer name, computer name is equal to what I'm telling, server name SBR. So Nano server name is SBR. Clear? Once you click enter, it will ask you administrator password. This administrator password will be mount image on Nano server. So it's deploying the image. So in this particular location image log was created. You can go and check the image logs. After that we will create the log files. After that we will create the VM. See, this is all the DISM image, DISM logs, Nano Server image generator, all the logs was created. Right? Now image was created. This image will deploy on virtual machines. So for that only we'll create on virtual machines. Okay? So for that only the command line is new -vm. Okay? Name is br. Okay, bhd path sorry, it's not C, it's on my E. svr.vhdx. Clear? Then memory startup bytes, you can make it 1 GB.
What we are defining here, all these things, Siddharth?
Sorry,
What we are defining here?
I'm not getting what you were telling.
No, what we are defining here means what we are mentioning, like 1 GB memory.
We are creating VMs through command prompt.
Okay.
We are creating VMs to command prompt in Hyper-V. Once I run the command, you can see one VM was created. Right now, if you go to the Hyper-V, right now if you go to there, did you see any VMs over there?
No.
After run the command, I will create the VMs.
Okay.
Okay? So my hardware version will be generation 2. And then I will close the pipe and I'll put start VM. Once I click on it, let's see, my VM will be created and then it will be on power on. Let's see. See that, right? So if you click on connect, you'll see that Nano Server was connected. Got it? But this Nano Server, but before you have to connect, you have to do this settings, network adapter, and connect the switch. let's create one physical switch. Let's see, virtual switch, internal, create virtual switch, nano, that's it. Now I'll just go to there, go to settings, security, network adapter, and select here nano. Now I'll show you. If you go to, first of all I'm telling you how will you connect the servers. You can first time log in here as add administrator.
So by default, the administrator account will be created, right?
Then we are, while we are creating that, we are giving that image administrator password. While you are creating image, that time you are giving password. So in networking options, you can put the IP address, server IP address.
Right now it's taking a beeper.
Right now it's taking a beeper, yes. So here F11, I'll put F11, which is giving me F4.
Here we provide static IP or dynamic?
Yes, here we provide static IP address.
Okay, so you disable the DHCP, right? Where you are typing?
Just a minute. Here it's some little bit of confusion. I mean, it's very tricky to give the IP address. Hold on.
Okay. So means you will give the IP address, but it will not visible, right?
Yes, here we'll put the IP address. So it is not taking. Just a minute. Save. tricky actually. I mean, here
English US keyboard required. Um, got it.
yeah.
Oh, what was the trick?
Tab.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So my system it's get Nano Server is get 10.10.10.11 IP address. Now after that, what you need to do, you again go to escape back and go to inbound firewall rule. In inbound firewall rule, you have to enable all this printer sharing service. Okay, all the printer service sharing you have to enable. So I'll put it F4 enabled. Then I'll go to here F4. F4. Clear?
Yes.
So let's check one or two random service. Yes, all you have allowed.
But why we are enabling the print services?
Because we need to get them remote from this, from the my base machine, right? Because this particular servers you will not gonna take the direct RDP, you have to take the PS session. Clear?
Okay.
You have to take the PS session. So
Print service for use for remote session.
for there is remote terminal session. So here, like we are doing MSTSC and then connect the VMs. So this time You will go to the PowerShells and put the command enter hyphen ps session.
PS session means normal machine, right?
PowerShell session.
PowerShell.
Okay. VM name SBR. Okay, that's you have created. Yes, now it is asking for the administrator password. Now I'll put the administrator. How come this is coming? Because you have given IP address, you have given terminal, exception, firewall exception that you have given all together. Now you can connect or control the server from this particular your base machine command prompt. Okay. Now if you can go to the get hyphen child item. Okay, let's see cd slash here get hyphen child item. See program files 86 users, Windows, all you are getting, right? This is the Nano servers. I'm telling you, this is not your server, this is the Nano server. Now if you want to monitor the services, how you do that? So get hyphen process. What are the processes are running? These are the processes running on your Nano servers. Clear? Now if somehow the Nano server is getting high, so you can kill the process over there. Get hyphen now you can put get hyphen services. These are the services running on this Nano servers. So total you can manage your Nano server from this particular PowerShell session. See, Nano servers, you are getting this option. It's a console basically. So console won't give you to manage the servers. To manage the server, you have to take your PS session. From there you will manage. So before take the PS session, first you have to create your Nano servers, put the IP address, and then you have to enable this firewall communication port. Now you take PS session, and then you have to install this altogether. Now if you want to install Windows install Windows or install module, any install module you can do. Let's say in PowerShell you can do, your Active Directory, anything you can do. Clear? So this is how, this is my altogether demo for this Nano computers or Nano servers.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes. So if talking about Hyper-V, so we will go deep in that, right?
Sorry?
Hyper-V.
Yeah, next week we will learn about more on Hyper-V, how we can create two servers, how we can create a two server communication, how to create switch, how to create switch, network switch, what is cluster, Hyper-V cluster, all we will create.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. We'll meet on next week. So next week, which date you want? Saturday, right?
Either Saturday or Sunday, anyone. Yeah.
Saturday is best.
Okay.
Okay. Saturday is best, I guess.
Make sure afternoon shift will be fine for me.
Sorry?
Afternoon shift will be fine. Because what happened in Friday weekend, I have to work Approx
Let's your
90.
office start now. So Saturday by default we'll have a time 3:30 or 4 p.m. Okay. This is
Mhm.
our fixed time. In case of any problem, let me know. I will check another.